All right, they live. They can start.
All right, okay. Welcome back to Word or World. Tonight is a Sabbath night, and tonight we have a debate with Peter Cox, also known as allTruth 64, and St. Louis, out of St. Louis Truth TV. And tonight's debate is jasher a forgery or authentic? Each opponent or each person will have at least 10 minutes with their opening statement and give some thoughts behind them. And then, of course, we go into questions and answers. So, y'all guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, Saint,
yeah. I'm gonna let Peter go first with his opening statement.
okay.
All
Now,
right. All right.
now, are you going to get some, you going to explain your PowerPoints in your opening statement?
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna yeah.
Okay, okay, go right ahead.
All right.
You can take up to 10 minutes if you want.
All right, folks. As y'all know, my name is Peter Cox, aka All True 64. And I'm here on this platform that Jason Williams platform with St. Louis. And St. Louis called me out on this book about the book of Jasher. And as you see, it says, is the book of Jasher what, forgery or authentic, whatever it is. But to me, the book of Jasher is not inspired by God, and I'm here to prove why. Because the book of Jasher contradicts what the Bible said. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. They claim that the Bible, the King James Version, is not authorized by God, but if you notice, they all copy from that Bible and try to make it fit them or fit their tradition. Now, I'm gonna give some of the reasons why. I got more reasons. Bible says, out of the mouth of two or three witnesses, let every word be established. I'm gonna give you some reason why that the book of Jasher is contradictory to the Bible. All right. First of all, we're going to go to the book of Jasher. I got it here on my computer. I don't have a book. But if you go to the book of Jasher, chapter 5, verse 20, it talks about Lamech. That is the father of Noah. All right. Now, in the book of Jasher, it says in Jasher chapter 5, verse 20, it says, in all the days of Lamech were 770 years, and he died. All right. It says Lamech, which was the father of Noah, died at the age of 770. Now, if you will go to the King James Bible, Genesis chapter 5, and I say it is verse 31. And it reads, and all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. Now, Jasher said it was 770. The King James Bible said it was 777. All right. Even if you go and look at those other books that my opponent, St. Louis, be looking at, the Christian Standard Bible, the NASB Bible, and the ESV Bible, all of them agree with the King James Version. It don't agree with Jasher.
That's a lie.
So they don't agree. They don't agree with Jasher. All right, let's go to another one. In the book of Jasher, same chapter. Let's go down to verse, I think it's verse 36. Now, it talks about Methuselah. Now, we all know that Methuselah was the oldest human being that was on earth. All right, let's see what the book of Jasher said. All right, verse 36, Jasher chapter 5, verse 36. And it was at the time Methuselah the son of Enoch, died. 960 years old was he at his death. It said Methuselah. Now, Jasher, the book of Jasher said Methuselah died at 960 years old. 960. Let's see what the King James Version says. All right. If you go to the King James Version in Genesis 5, verse 27. Now, I'm going to tell you, we all know Methuselah, how old Methuselah was, because we used to make a joke and say, man, you older than Methuselah. All right. So in verse 27 of Genesis 5, and all the days of Methuselah were 969. 969 years, and he died. But the book of Jasher said he was 960. Something don't line up, folks. Now, if you will go look at the NASB, the CSB, and the ESV, they all agree with the King James Version, not with Jasher. So that's just two of them that I want to throw out there, because the Bible said out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every word be established. So I gave you 2 witnesses. I got more, but I'm going to end it right there because I want to see what my opponent got to say about this. So, folks, stay tuned because I'm coming back with some more, and you're going to be shocked of what I have found. All right, so St. Louis, you can take it over now. I'll be back.
Is my mic unmuted?
Yeah, Jansen.
Yes.
Is my mic unmuted?
Yes. We hear you.
All right. So, all right, folks. Well, I actually have with me the actual book, the book of Jasher. Now, my opponent said that there are contradictions in the book of Jasher. As you all know, the Bible mentions Jasher in Joshua and in 2 Samuel and in 2 Timothy. Paul quoted from it. And actually Jude quoted from it. Now, everybody always likes to say that the Apocrypha and Jasher isn't inspired. We shouldn't read those books because they weren't inspired. But they say that Jasher contradict the age of Methuselah. All right, so in King James Bible, oh yeah, I'm going there. We have the same problem. So you can't be a hypocrite and say Jasher lied about ages of people. Bible, same thing. So we have in 2 Kings 8:26, there was a man named Ahaziah who was 22 years old. But in the same King James Bible, it said that he was 42 years old. So they upped 22 years on his age. Well, in the Christian Standard Bible, in 2 Chronicles 22:2, it says that Ahaziah was 22 years old. So the King James lied and added in 2 Chronicles when it says he was 42. But at Kings 8:26, it said he was 22. Okay, one lie. Okay, 2 Samuel 6:23 said that Saul's daughter Michal had no children unto the day of her death. But wait a minute. But when you go to 2 Samuel 21:8, it said, but the king took the 5 sons of Michal, the daughter of Saul. Okay, wait a minute. I thought Saul's daughter Michal didn't have no kids. So which lie is it? Okay, 2 Samuel 8, verse 3 and 4 says, David smote Hadadezer and took from him 700 horsemen. So, in 1 Chronicles 18, 3 and 4, it said something really different and went from 700 to 7,000 horsemen. All right, that's another lie that King James added in there. Let's see. It said Saul in 1 Samuel 31, verse 4 and 6, said Saul took a sword and fell on it. But in 2 Samuel 21 and 12 said the Philistines killed Saul and Gilboa. But wait a minute. 1 Samuel 31 verses 4 through 6 said Saul fell on his sword. Okay, so what lie is it? Did he kill himself or did somebody kill him? Okay, 2 Kings 25 and 8 said that Nebuzaradan in the 5th month on the 7th day came to Jerusalem. But in Jeremiah 52:12 it said in the 5th month and the 10th day Nebuzaradan came to Jerusalem. And then one more and we can go into dialogue. Then in 1 Kings 4:26 said Solomon had 4,000 stalls of horses for his chariots. But 2 Chronicles 9:25 said Solomon had 4,000 stalls. So once again, we see that the King James perversion lied and added and took away from the word of God. So folks, they will tell you not to read Jasher and not to read the Apocrypha because it has contradictions, which it does not. But they don't look in their own Bibles. Don't be a hypocrite and criticize another book without looking at your own errors. All right, that's my opening statement. And y'all still got the music playing in the background.
Oh, okay.
We'll turn it down now. We heard you.
All right,
clear.
so that's my opening statement. And no matter what we find out today, I'm still gonna continue to read the book of Jasher. All right, I'm done.
All right, can I ask a question?
Yep.
St. Louis,
Yeah.
do you read the King James Version?
No, I don't. I read the New American Standard. You know that.
All right, so you don't read the King James Version at all.
Sometimes I do.
Well, you just
But
said
when
you just said you didn't. Now, which is
I
it? You did or you didn't?
I said sometimes. I said the New American Standard is the one I read. What does that got to do with our discussion?
No, earlier I asked you, do you read the King James Version? You said no. You know I don't read the King James Version. I read the New Standard Version.
If you
But
know
then you
I
turn
don't
around and said you read it sometimes.
And if you know if I don't read it, then why would you ask a foolish question? What does that got to do with?
I wanted you to admit to the people that you didn't read it. All
what
right.
does that have to do with Jasher?
Well, I'm going to prove something. Now, you said you don't read it. What were you reading before these other ones came out?
The New Living Translation.
What was you reading before that?
The New Living Translation.
But what were you reading before the New Living Translation?
The New Living Translation and the ESV.
So what you said, you never read the King James Version. You never.
Peter, that has nothing to do with our discussion. We hear about the book of Jasher, not about what I read.
All right, let's go to the book of Jasher. All right. The book of Jasher said that Methuselah was 960. Is that true? We was taught that Methuselah, even before we even read the Bible, as young children, we was taught that Methuselah was the oldest man ever born. And he was 969. But Jasher got him as 960, took 9 years off of it. Is that should we trust that? Yes, because it fills in the gaps that the Bible leaves out in Genesis. Should I trust 2 Kings 24 and 8 about Jehoiachin? And then 2 Chronicles 36 and 9 say something different? All right, well, let's go there. All right. Now you brought up Second Kings about Joe. Now, have you ever which you probably didn't because you say you don't read the King James. If you don't read the King James, then how do you know that they contradict you in the Bible? If you don't read it.
You can't say the book of Jasher got age contradictions and not look in your own Bible. That's being a hypocrite.
But you looked in it. And you say what you just named off, you named off all those contradictories in the King James. How do you know they contradictories? Have you ever studied them to prove that they are contradictory? Or you just reading because you heard somebody else read it?
It ain't no reading. I study because the Christian Standard Bible corrected the King James errors. Now, either we gonna talk about Jasher or I'm hanging up.
No,
So
all
you're
right.
not gonna
I don't want you to hang up. You said
because
the Christian Standard Bible
what you not
correct.
gonna do, because what you
Wait a
not
minute.
gonna do, you're not gonna waste up my time. Now, if we
All
not gonna
right.
talk about Jasher, I'm gonna hang up.
All right, we're going to talk about
Okay,
Jasher.
Peter Cox, get to the point. Get to your point.
All right. The point is,
I'm gonna hang
he said that the other books corrected the King James. Why didn't those other books correct Jasher? Because when Jasher said that Methuselah was 960, those other books that he claimed that corrected the King James said that Methuselah was 969. And when the book of Jasher said that Noah's father Lamech was 770, and the King James said it was 777, why didn't those other books correct Jasher and made it 777 like the King James? Why did those so-called books he claimed corrected the King James but didn't correct Jasher? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I don't know. You have to talk to God about that. Just like why didn't the King James correct these other errors? But anyway, what other issues with Jasher did you want to talk
All right,
about?
well, yeah, let's go to some other issues. All right.
Yeah,
Jasher.
you said there was other. Let's go to
I'm
let's talk
ready.
about the Tower. Is that one of your issues? The Tower of Babel?
Yeah, let me ask you something. When Moses divided, when Moses went across the Red Sea, did he divide the Red Sea? Yes or no?
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Did he divide it? Did he divide it in two parts?
Yes, he did.
You sure?
Yes.
All right. Let's look at the book of Jasher. Jasher.
What chapter?
81. Chapter 81, right. Verse 37.
Hold on, let me turn there. You said 81?
Yep.
Verse what?
37 and 30. Can you read that for me?
Okay. Jasher 81, verses 37 and 38.
Yes.
I don't know what you're trying to do. Moses did so. You know, we're going to start at verse 36. It says, so the Lord said, right. Moses, why dost thou cry unto me? Speak to the children of Israel, that they shall proceed, and do thou stretch out thy rod upon the sea, and divide it, and the children of Israel shall pass through it. And Moses did so, and he lifted up his rod upon the sea and divided it. And the waters of the sea were divided into 12 parts. And the children of Israel passed through.
It was divided what?
This said
into how many parts? But how many
12.
parts you said Moses divided it? 2. One on the left and one on the right.
So maybe the Bible, in the Genesis it said one thing, and then maybe what Genesis didn't record for us, Jasher recorded. When it said 12 parts, that represents the 12 tribes of Israel. So what Genesis did not record, Jasher gave us an even more in-depth look into the story. That's all that is. That's not a contradiction.
All right, how many times did he divide the sea? How many times did the children of Israel go across the Red Sea? How many times?
They went across once.
So now, wait a minute now. You say they went across once. And wait a minute, let's get the King James version.
Yeah, get the Queen James version.
Exodus 14, 21 and 22. All right.
Still
nothing. And it says, and Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back. Now, it said the Lord did this by a strong east wind all the night and made the sea dry land, and the water was divided. Watch this now, verse 22. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were of a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left hand. So it was divided into two, one on the right hand and the left. It don't say nothing about 12 parts because of the 12 tribes. Now, how you going to explain that?
Like I said again, where one didn't really go into depth of the detail, the book of Jasher went into greater detail. Like, for example, let's talk about the Tower of Babel. In Genesis, we're told a little small story of why, when they went up, wanted to go up into heaven. But when you read Jasher, Jasher gives you a little in more depth look into why they wanted to go up into heaven. Their objective, they wanted to kill God. So they shot arrows up into heaven. So God duped them and made blood come out the sky to make them think they did something. And the arrows came back down and killed the men. And then God turned them into apes and elephants. So Genesis didn't go into big detail about the life of Nimrod or any of that, but Jasher gives you the detail about the life of Nimrod. For example, Abraham's father Terah worshipped idols. The book of Jasher says the same thing. He worshipped idols. But did you know that Terah worked for Nimrod? And there was a feud between Abraham and Nimrod. See, your European Bible don't tell you that. They just only tell you small portions of it. But continue.
So you believe the book of Jasher when it said they shot the arrows up and blood came down on the arrows?
Yes, I believe it. Because
where did
Genesis,
the blood come from? So you saying blood is in heaven?
Peter, look, we not here to talk about the Son of God.
Man, look, wait a minute. You just said that the book of Jasher, they shot arrows up into heaven, and then God made blood come down on the arrows.
They wanted to think that they had killed God. So God was making them think that. That's why he let blood come out of the sky to let them think, oh, hey, we done something, to deceive them into thinking they actually did something when they didn't. And the arrows came back down on them.
And then you said that God turned them into apes.
Apes and elephants in the book of Jasher. Go to the chapter.
And you believe that?
Yes, I do.
So then that's where Darwin got his theory from, that man came from apes. By reading the book of Jasher. See, now you see why Darwin got deceived. He read the book of Jasher, like you're doing.
No, Darwin, his name is Darwin.
Yeah, that's it.
Darwin was talking about the creation of the world. This, what I'm talking about the Tower of Babel, happened way after the creation of the world. So don't try to lump Darwinism into this.
But did not Darwin said that we came from apes?
He said that's how the world was created. We evolved from apes. That ain't got nothing to do with the book of Jasher.
Because the book of Jasher said that God turned them into apes, and that's where Darwin got it from. He was deceived.
Do you have proof that Darwin got that from Jasher, or are you just assuming?
Where did he get it from?
The devil.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe we turned into apes?
No, I don't. But I believe God turned them into apes and elephants.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so then you believe that a man can be half animal and half human.
You're putting words in my mouth. That's not what I said.
I'm just saying, do you believe that?
No, but he can give you a man like one, like he did Nebuchadnezzar.
All right.
God can make a person insane if a reprobate, like he did Nebuchadnezzar.
But did he change Nebuchadnezzar into an ox, or did he make him eat grass like an ox?
He made him eat grass like an ox and let his fingernails grow.
So he didn't turn him into an ox.
No, but he turned his mind into an ox to make him think he was one.
Right, but he wasn't an ox though. He wasn't a full ox. He was a man thinking he was an ox, right?
I just said that, didn't I?
All right. Now let's go back to Jasher. When you said God made them apes and elephants, could he just not made their mind think that they were apes and elephants?
That's not what Jasher said. Jasher said they turned into apes and elephants. Okay,
All right.
what other issues did you want to bring up?
Well, I'm gonna get another issue because you just said that you don't believe half man, half beast. So you don't believe that.
You're gonna prove that Darwin got that lie from Jasher too. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. Let's go to Jasher. I'm gonna here's my other one. Let's go to Jasher chapter 36.
Darwin was talking about creation. This is way after creation. All right, what chapter?
Chapter 36. And I would like for you to read it because you got the book.
Okay, what verse?
31 and 32.
Of 36?
Yes.
All right. Jasher 36, verses 31 and 32.
Yes.
And afterward, about 120 great and terrible animals came out from the wilderness at the other side of the sea. And they all came to the place where the donkeys were, and they placed themselves there. And those animals from their middle downward were in the shape of the children of men. And from their middle upward, some had the likeness of bears, and some the likeness of the keepers, and with tails behind them from between their shoulders, reaching down to the earth like the tails of the Dutchapath. And these animals came and mounted and rode upon these donkeys and led them away, and they went away unto this day. And one of the animals approached Anna and smote him with its tail, and then fled from that place. And when he saw his work, he was exceedingly afraid for his life, and he fled and escaped to a city. Well, first of all, these are demons. That's the Nephilim.
That didn't say nothing about no demons.
But this is the Nephilim that the people had sex with. These are the Nephilim.
So angels had sex with them?
And you already know this. The fallen angels had sex with the people.
No, I don't know that. I don't even believe that. Do Jasher teach that too?
This is what they're talking about, the Nephilim. So what's your point?
So wait a minute. Are you saying Jasher teaches? I didn't know that. Jasher teaches that angels came and had sex with human women?
Yes.
Then how were they children born if angels don't have sperm nor blood?
These are fallen angels.
All right, what's the difference between a fallen angel and an angel that didn't ever fall? Isn't he still a spirit? So do he stop becoming a spirit after he fall?
When he fell, when the angels fell from heaven, they stopped being a spirit.
Then what were they?
They were giants.
So they were human beings.
Yes.
So angels was first spirit. Then when God cast them out of heaven, they became human beings.
Yeah, according to Jasher, they were.
Jasher actually teach that.
All you got to do is read it. It goes in more depth than Genesis. But anyway,
wow. You know what? Man, you know what? Hey, St. Louis. You know, people are going to hear this, right? I mean, they're going to actually hear you saying all this that Jasher says. They're going to say, man, stay out of Jasher. And I'm going to take my advice.
But see, the thing is, though, if they say that, then they're a hypocrite because their leader, Geno Jennings, teaches out of the book of Jasher.
Now, we're not talking about Geno Jennings. We're not talking about Geno Jennings. We're talking about me and you. You the one said that Jasher did all this. I mean, Jasher teaches all this that angels came down and had sex with women, and the angels
Let
came
him get
down
a
and
word
healed.
in. Let him get a word in, Cox. Let him get a word in. Let him get a word in.
You said that people are going to say for me to stay out of Jasher. I said if they say that, then they're hypocrites because the ones that are said are the Genowites that don't like me, which I don't care. Their leader teaches from the book of Jasher, so they would be hypocrites. Anyway,
Well,
I'm done.
I wouldn't say that because you can't say all the people are Geno Jennings followers that believe Geno Jennings reads out of the book of Jasher. You know, but because I'm not a Geno Jennings follower, and I'm listening to you tell me what all that the book of Jasher is teaching, and man, I'm telling you, that no way that's gonna happen. No way that's gonna happen. Angels do not those angels did not fall from heaven and became men. The Bible said when they fell, some of them was in chains of darkness, and some were still loose. That's why when Jesus answered, say, "Who are you?" They say, "We are legion, for we are many." They didn't say they
What
was giants. They didn't say they were Nephilims. They were
other
just
chapters to
many.
in What other chapters in Jasher do you want to go to, Peter?
Now, you know, I mean, you done said enough. If Jasher teaches all that, then you know I don't need to go no more to Jasher. You know, I don't need to go no more to Jasher. But if you know what, if you wants to read Jasher, you go right ahead, and
I
I'll
mean,
see why you're
it
confused.
can't, it can't be as bad as your leader saying that the son ended on the cross and the son didn't go to the grave. So I mean, I don't see how that Jasher's any worse because we all know the Son of God is in heaven. So
Do you want to go there?
No, we're not
oh
going
yeah,
in there, fellas. We're
Oh,
gonna keep it
all
on
right.
that. We're gonna keep it on that. And
All right, because I thought he wanted to go there because I was getting
that's
ready
not
to
that's
kill him on
nice.
there.
So if you got anything more to say, St. Louis, or let's wrap it
nope,
up.
I'm done. Nope, I'm
Okay.
done.
So we don't have no audience. Can I ask questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Can I
Jansen,
make a
go ahead.
statement?
Actually,
Okay.
we do have audience. There's
I
people
mean,
commenting.
anybody want to ask a comment, ask a question in the comments to St. Louis or Cox?
Well, here go a comment right here.
All right, who's asking questions?
Who's asking the question, Tom? Jay.
Straight talk with Trevor. He said that's ridiculous. Then you got elder
Elder Greg Johnson.
yeah, he's saying you never let people talk. He put that up.
Well, that's a lie. I let him do all the talking. Well, won't Elder Johnson come and debate me?
Hold on, let me say something, y'all. Listen, he spoke. Elder Greg, you want to debate me? I'm gonna let you talk all day long. This is ridiculous. Ask questions about the debate, like Trevor brought something up. Stop making it about the people in the debate. Ask a question. Make a
But who
statement
was
about
Trevor?
it.
But who was Trevor referring to was ridiculous? Me or the book?
I guess he mean the book. I don't know. I was myself. The book is ridiculous.
Well,
it can't be more
look
ridiculous
what he
than
put
what's in
first.
the English Bible. That's for sure.
What you say?
He makes the thing. The book of Jasher, as we know, is an 18th century forgery of the real book of Jasher. So then that's
That's a
why
lie.
he said that's ridiculous.
Hey,
That's a lie.
Trevor, do you have the original book? Can you pull up some scriptures? Maybe
White people.
St. Louis like to do a debate on the other book. Maybe you can show us. Show us the authentic one instead of the forgery, because I don't know. It's my first time hearing about that. Maybe next Friday you can come up with the authentic book and we can have a conversation.
Let me see. Your boy Jerome Israel say, I have a question.
Okay, ask the question, Jerome.
He got a question. I think this is his question right here. Why is it better always take over debates. I don't know who he's talking about. I guess he's talking about Peter.
Why is what?
Why is it better always to take over debates?
Why is it better?
Yeah, I guess he's talking about Peter because right now he said Peter is a trickster. Let people finish.
Well, that's why I interrupt. I interrupt a couple times. But there you go again, saying that. Ask a question about what was said in the debate.
Yeah. They holding personal bandanas against me because they can't defeat me. So that's plain and simple.
Y'all doing the same thing to him that you did to me. That's crazy. Ask about the debate at hand, not who.
Yeah. Let's ask about the book of Jasher. Is it authentic or is it fake?
Answer that question.
Keep it on that. Don't put me in it.
Why do y'all? I do have a question. Why is it that you fellas get mad if people that follow me say stuff, but y'all don't have no problem with folks that support y'all that don't like me that attack me on y'all comments? That's what I find hypocritical.
They attack me and my brother all the time with the same comments.
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, but this is your page? Okay.
No.
Have a good day.
The same thing you do, they do to you, they do to me and my brother. Stupid questions. You didn't let St. Louis do this. St. Louis, blah, 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 St. Louis. Let's talk about the debate. Only one person said something about the debate up here was Trevor. Everybody, Cox didn't do this, Cox didn't do that. All right, so we're going to end this debate. And Cox, you want to have another debate? Come on here. Anytime, St. Louis, you're welcome to. And I will interrupt if you get out of hand. Like I stop you and say, Cox, let the man talk. Didn't I say that, Cox?
Yes, you did. Because I was questioning him like a New York lawyer. And that's what I do.
Let him ask the question. St. Louis, vice versa. So I don't care.
All right, can I say this?
Yeah,
now, St. Louis brought up about the Son of God thing, and I told him he didn't want to go there. Now I'll be glad to debate him on that subject.
Yeah, you asked about it, and what I do, stopped it because I don't want to hear.
You stopped because you said you know that wasn't what we were talking about.
Right.
But now we can come back on, and since he's so eager to get at me about that, we can come back on and we can debate about did God raise his son up from the dead? That'll be the topic. I say he didn't, and I'll be able to prove it. You can't raise up something from the dead if it never went to the grave.
Well, I ain't gonna agree with you on that. I might want to debate you on that myself.
Well, I'll challenge anybody, and all I'm gonna do is go from the cross to the tomb. That's it, and I'm gonna kill you right there.
Well,
I'll kill anybody who
have
cross
debate
tomb.
time.
I accept the challenge. I accept the challenge. Set the date for it. I accept it.
Okay.
And Peter, I hope you answer my video back tonight.
What's the video?
The video that I made for you, Mathis, and Brother Jay. I sent you the link earlier.
All right. But we'll settle this Son of God thing, and so we can put this baby to rest.
And Trevor, I'm willing to have a discussion with you too. But if it's gonna be name called, then I'll just hang up because I don't have the patience. I don't have time for it. If we're gonna discuss something, we're gonna discuss something. But if it's gonna be name calling, I'm just not gonna waste my time.
All right, but look, this is what I want to say. I'll debate anybody on that the Son of God wasn't taken off the cross. They didn't bury his son, and the son did not rise.
You got that?
I can prove that point. And all I'm going is from the cross to the grave, and I guarantee you won't get past that. I'll make you confess.
I take him up on it. What day?
Are we doing next Friday night?
Why can't we do it tonight?
It's my Sabbath, and I'm going to bed. I'm tired.
I'll make it quick.
No. Okay, how about AJ tomorrow night?
I'm open for tomorrow night.
No, I'm not open for tomorrow. I got a debate with somebody tomorrow.
Okay,
on
Sunday
another
night?
platform.
Sunday night? You available, St. Louis?
Yep. If Cox is available Sunday night, Yep.
That's a bad night. How
I
about
want him
Monday?
to. I want him to show me Bible chapter verse where the son ended on the cross. He gonna show me Bible chapter and verse where he ended, where he
Oh,
didn't
that's
wait
gonna be an easy one.
grave, and he gonna show me that the Son of
Yeah,
God is not in heaven. And
yeah.
Mathis, if you watching, I'll debate you on this too, Apostle Mathis, if you watching.
No,
And
no.
brother,
Watch this, St. Louis. St. Louis. Once I prove that they never took him off the cross, that going to prove he ain't in heaven.
all right, well, we'll see this Sunday. We'll see this Sunday.
St. Louis, you send the title and I send it to him. Or you want to send the titles to me and I send it to St. Louis. Y'all decide what y'all want to do.
All right,
Sunday
well,
night.
I just want to say nothing
The
personal.
title would be, did they bury the Son of God? That's the title. Was
Okay.
the Son of God buried? Because if he was never buried, then how can he arise if he was never buried?
Hold it for Sunday night, brother.
I want to say, Jansen, thank you for having us on here. Peter, nothing personal with you. We debate, it's nothing personal. I don't have no ill will towards you, but I look forward to this other debate Sunday night. I'm coming.
No, it's Monday. I'm gonna be in church Sunday
Monday.
night.
No, I can't do it. Monday night, I got to debate with Reginald.
Wow.
We debating the Sabbath.
Well, let's make it Tuesday. Are you open Tuesday?
Church night Tuesday.
I'll let you know Monday, I'll let you know Monday.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all hear that? It's going down sometime next week. And if Trevor, if you still in here, I know he told me earlier he's available Monday through Thursday. I would like to do Trevor next week too. About
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Well, don't worry, mine's gonna be quick.
Whatever, man. Gonna be quick. Because I'm gonna cut you off quick. That's why. All right,
I'm gonna make mine quick. I'm gonna prove my point, then I'm gonna sit back and fold my hands and let y'all argue about it.
All right.
Now before we get off here, Peter, is there any ill will toward me? We good?
No.
All right.
Look, I don't have nothing personal against you. Matter of fact, I don't have nothing personal against nobody out there, even on the chat. I don't make it personal. But if you come up against something that I was taught, I'm going to defend it, plain and simple. And this Son of God thing, I defend this to the T.
Okay.
There is no Son of God no more. He's no more. The Bible says that. He's no more.
Who coming back for you then at the end?
God is.
No, the devil comes back with him. They're going to end this show tonight.
Read Revelation 7 and 8. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7 and 8.
Good night.
It tells you who's coming back.
Enjoy y'all Sabbath. We're out.
All righty.
All right. Good night. Shut it down.
All right. God bless. Peter, don't forget to respond to my other video, Peter. All right. Good night, Jansen.